Imagine a life where your mind doesn't control you, where you control it. Right now, you're drowning in a sea of endless thoughts, anxieties, and emotional turbulence that dictate your every move. Your mind is a runaway train, and you're desperately trying to grab the brake. But what if I told you there's a proven blueprint to reclaim your mental sovereignty? An ancient philosophy so powerful it can transform how you think, feel, and navigate life's most challenging moments. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a radical approach to mental mastery that has guided emperors, warriors, and visionaries through centuries of human struggle. Today, I'm going to give you something far more valuable than temporary motivation. I'm providing you with a complete mental reprogramming toolkit that will show you exactly how to become the absolute master of your thoughts, emotions, and destiny. These aren't just techniques, they're your personal revolution against mental weakness. Right now, your mind is a prison you've built yourself. Invisible bars of fear, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs surround you, trapping your potential in a suffocating cycle of negative thinking. Every moment you allow these mental constraints to exist, you're surrendering the most powerful weapon you possess, your ability to choose your response to life's challenges. Consider the thoughts that dominate your daily experience. They're not random, they're a carefully constructed narrative of limitation. You replay past failures like a haunting movie reel. Anxiety about the future paralyzes your present. Self-criticism becomes your default internal dialogue, eroding your confidence with each passing moment. These mental patterns aren't just uncomfortable, they're destructive. They're stealing your energy, your potential, and your life's most precious resource, time. Every moment spent in mental turmoil is a moment stolen from your dreams, your growth, your true potential. The most dangerous prison isn't made of concrete walls. It's made of thought patterns you've unconsciously accepted as truth. You've internalized limitations disguised as reality. I'm not good enough. I can't change. This is just how I am. These are not facts. They're chains you've willingly wrapped around your mind. But here's the brutal truth. You are the jailer and the prisoner. You've been maintaining this mental prison, believing you have no key, no escape. The walls you see are illusions, thin as paper, weak as your current belief system. Your mind has convinced you that these limitations are solid, immovable, permanent. They're not. And in the next few moments, you're going to learn exactly how to tear down these mental walls, how to reclaim the territory of your mind, and how to become the uncontested ruler of your inner world. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's your blueprint for mental liberation. Stoicism isn't some dusty philosophical concept locked away in ancient history books. It's a razor-sharp mental technology developed by warriors, leaders, and survivors who faced challenges far more brutal than anything you'll encounter today. These weren't academic theorists. They were practitioners who transformed personal suffering into ultimate mental resilience. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations in a comfortable library. He wrote them on battlefields, during wars, while managing the largest empire in human history. Epictetus crafted his wisdom while navigating life as a slave who became one of the most respected philosophers. Seneca survived political intrigue that would destroy lesser minds. These weren't philosophers. They were mental performance experts, centuries ahead of their time. Modern psychology is only now catching up to what Stoic practitioners knew thousands of years ago. Your mind is not a passive receiver of events. It's an active creator of your reality. Every external challenge is neutral. Your perception, your interpretation, your response, that's where your real power exists. The core Stoic breakthrough is devastatingly simple, yet profoundly powerful. You cannot control external events, but you have absolute control over your internal response. This isn't just a nice idea. It's a mental superpower that can transform every single aspect of your life. Stress, anxiety, disappointment, these become tools for growth instead of weapons of destruction. Imagine possessing a mental framework so robust that nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake your inner peace. No criticism can wound you. No setback can defeat you. No unexpected challenge can throw you off course. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the practical magic of Stoic mental training, a systematic approach to building psychological immunity. You're about to learn how to weaponize an ancient philosophical system into a modern mental performance strategy. These aren't just philosophical ideas, they're practical, battle-tested techniques for mental domination. You'll transform from a passive victim of circumstances to an active architect of your experience, turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth and personal power. Your emotions are not your masters, they are data points. Right now, you're letting raw, unprocessed emotions hijack your decision-making, cloud your judgment, and sabotage your potential. Stoicism provides a revolutionary approach to understanding, processing, and ultimately controlling your emotional landscape with surgical precision. The first breakthrough technique is emotional distancing. When a situation triggers you, imagine yourself floating above the scene, watching it unfold like a neutral observer. Your anger, fear, or frustration becomes something you examine, not something that controls you. This isn't suppression, it's intelligent emotional processing. Negative visualization is your secret weapon against emotional reactivity. Instead of hoping for the best, deliberately imagine worst-case scenarios. Not to create anxiety, but to neutralize it. By mentally preparing for challenges, you strip them of their emotional power. You become unshakable, turning potential threats into opportunities for growth. The dichotomy of control is a game-changing mental model. Divide every situation into two categories: what you can control and what you cannot. Your energy, your effort, your attitude, these are under your command. External events, other people's actions, random circumstances, these are beyond your control. Stop wasting emotional energy on the uncontrollable. Perception reframing transforms emotional triggers into personal power. Every negative experience is a training ground for mental resilience. Lost a job? That's not a defeat, it's a redirection. Relationship ended? That's not a loss, it's an opportunity for self-discovery. You're not a victim of circumstances, you're a strategic navigator of life's challenges. These aren't just techniques, they're your pathway to emotional invincibility. You'll learn to process emotions like a skilled surgeon, cutting through unnecessary suffering, extracting wisdom from every experience, and maintaining crystal-clear mental clarity. Imagine facing life's most challenging moments with calm, calculated confidence, not as a reaction, but as a choice. If these Stoic strategies are hitting hard and transforming your perspective, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Drop a comment sharing your biggest mental breakthrough. Subscribe to this channel. Your future self will thank you for finding the roadmap to mental mastery. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's a programmable supercomputer waiting for a strategic upgrade. Right now, you're running an outdated mental software filled with bugs, viruses of self-doubt, and performance-limiting scripts that have been sabotaging your potential since childhood. Stoicism is your complete system reboot. Neuroplasticity is your ultimate mental weapon. Your brain can literally reshape itself based on your deliberate thoughts and actions. Every time you choose a stoic response over an emotional reaction, you're creating new neural pathways. You're not just thinking differently, you're physically rewiring your brain's architecture. The practice of voluntary discomfort is your primary reprogramming tool. Deliberately expose yourself to small challenges that push your comfort zone. Take cold showers, fast for a day, sleep on the floor. These aren't punishments, they're strategic interventions that rebuild your mental resilience from the ground up. Your inner dialogue is the source code of your reality. Most people's internal narrative is a destructive loop of criticism and limitation. Stoicism teaches you to become the programmer of your thoughts. Replace "I can't" with "How can I?" Transform "This is too hard" into "This is an opportunity to grow." Mental models are your computational frameworks for understanding the world. The Stoic approach provides you with razor-sharp mental models that cut through complexity. The obstacle is the way. Memento mori, remember you will die. These aren't just phrases, they're advanced cognitive algorithms that reprogram how you perceive challenges. You're about to become the architect of your own consciousness. No more default settings, no more running on autopilot. You'll learn to intentionally design your mental operating system, creating a mind so resilient, so strategically aligned, that obstacles become fuel, challenges become opportunities, and your potential becomes an unstoppable force of personal transformation. Transformation isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistent, intentional daily actions. Stoicism is a practice, not a passive philosophy. Every single day becomes your training ground, your opportunity to build mental resilience that turns you from an average performer into an extraordinary human being. Your morning ritual is your mental conditioning program. Start each day with a 10-minute meditation that reframes your perspective. Review potential challenges. Visualize yourself handling them with calm, strategic precision. This isn't wishful thinking, it's deliberate mental preparation that builds psychological immunity. Journal ruthless self-reflection every evening, not as a diary of complaints, but as a strategic assessment of your mental performance. What triggered you today? Where did you lose control? What can you learn? Each entry is a mission report that helps you optimize your mental operating system. Practice negative visualization as your daily mental vaccination. Spend 5 minutes imagining potential setbacks, not to create anxiety, but to neutralize it. Lost your job, relationship ends, financial challenges. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you strip them of their emotional power. You become unshakable. Implement the evening review as your personal performance audit. Ask yourself 3 critical questions. Where did I compromise my principles? Where did I show strength? What can I improve tomorrow? This isn't self-criticism, it's strategic personal development, turning each day into a training ground for mental mastery. These aren't just practices, they're your daily mental training regimen. You're not just surviving, you're systematically building a mind so robust, so strategically aligned, that challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and your potential becomes an unstoppable force of personal transformation. Every single day is your battlefield, and you are now its undisputed commander. This is not the end of a journey. This is the beginning of your transformation. You've been handed the most powerful mental framework in human history. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a complete system of personal evolution that turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary human beings. Imagine the person you're becoming, not the version shaped by past limitations, but the strategic, resilient version that emerges when you fully embrace Stoic principles. You'll face challenges that would have destroyed the old you, and you'll navigate them with calm, calculated confidence. Your relationships will transform. No more emotional volatility. No more being triggered by external circumstances. You'll become the calm center in any storm, the person others look to for strength and guidance. Conflict becomes an opportunity for understanding, not a battlefield of ego. Professional success becomes a natural consequence of your mental discipline. Decision-making becomes crystal clear. Stress becomes a tool for growth. Your productivity will skyrocket because you're no longer wasting energy on unnecessary emotional turbulence. You're operating at a level most people can't even comprehend. This is about more than personal achievement. You're becoming a beacon of mental resilience. Your transformation ripples outward, influencing everyone around you. Family, friends, colleagues. They'll witness a living example of what human potential really looks like when freed from mental constraints. You stand at the threshold of a radical personal revolution. The Stoic principles you've learned are not just a philosophy. They're a weapon of personal transformation. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, no longer trapped by your own mind. You are the architect of your experience, the master of your destiny, a living embodiment of human potential unleashed. This is your moment. If these Stoic principles have ignited something inside you, don't just sit there, take action. Hit that like button like your mental freedom depends on it. Subscribe to this channel. Become part of a community of mental warriors committed to personal transformation. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Tag a friend who's struggling. Spread the power of Stoic wisdom. Together, we're not just changing minds, we're starting a mental revolution. One click, one share can change everything.